package, yeah. And then if you name it, like you start with org dot launch code dot java dot
Demos.
yeah, they had a demos folder here.
Well, no. That's interesting.
And you can name it and I named it count char.
And then just call it count character.java or
whatever you want to name it. It didn't give
would
us.
I need to type .java or does it do it automatically?
You have to do .java, I believe. Yeah, it may do it automatically, but I would just type .java.
Do I want to add the following file to Git and then
Yeah, might as well just add it. Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
It's just like so you don't have to do like git add dot. You know, like if you were committing. Okay, so we're just making program to count the number of characters. And I'm gonna paste ways to approach problem. The most efficient way to do it would be using a hash map. So what we can do is we want to create a hash map. So we have to first import that ability. Okay, and then we want to create our hash map. is a character that we're counting, and integer. And name it char count. So this is initializing the hash map. Oops. And then maybe we want to just grab some have a user enter an input of something to count. So I'm going to grab.
You have to use scanner now?
Yeah, I'm going to use the scanner that we did last week. Scanner. So
nice thing about IntelliJ is that it auto imports to like VS Code.
and I need, what's that? Oh, I can probably, like you're saying.
Method, yeah.
I forgot that, yeah. Simple enough. Yeah, I'm still I'm still thinking about like JavaScript where I don't have to like do all this stuff. Okay, so good there. I'm gonna rename it input.
I started using the little shortcuts that Adnan showed, like so I just started thinking like PSVM, public static void main. It'll just like plop it out for you.
All right, so we have our input, and then we want to tell the user to enter enter and then we can do input. We want to start as a string because it's user input. String. What's a good name?
They give you like some long movie quote in the studio.
Oh, did it give us something we're supposed to use?
Yeah, it was like 272 characters. If the product of two terms, I don't know if that's the one you're supposed to use. Here is a quote from the movie Hidden Figures. That's what it says.
Okay, so okay, yeah, we can.
It's right at the top. You see it if the but it's kind of like long. But I don't know. You can.
That is pretty long, yeah. Well, we can still use it.
Looks roughly 272 characters.
We can still use it for the test. We can just input it You know.
Uh, I did a little for loop one and it counted it. I think it's 272. I don't know. I might have done it wrong. We'll see.
Hang on, let me just put it in Word.
Yeah, you could just Google character count.
Is there a way
Yeah,
we
there you
could
go.
see can we dissect like like Word would tell us how many characters are. Can we see their logic? Like how would I do that?
You probably could somewhere, but you'd have to it's like when you have like executable files.
Yeah, I'd have to have some program that translates that all. Or,
Yeah, like you'd have to like reverse engineer it because
memory. What's it called? Uh,
you could view the files, but it's just going to be all like binary. It's going to be like
yeah.
impossible to read.
What's it called though? When you I mean, it comes up a lot in video game communities that I frequent, but it's like when people are reading the memory of a game and they find out oh, there's gonna be this character is gonna be introduced to the game because I found files for that character.
That's data mining, but
Data mining. That's what I'm thinking of. Yes.
I don't know if that's the same.
You don't think?
Uh, maybe, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah.
I bet it's a vague enough term to count. I bet.
I'll just do next. Oops, next. I think works. It's either next or next line. Let's see. So this is working, then should be able to simply test.
What is LN short for?
Line.
Oh, okay. That'll help me remember that.
Yep. Yeah. So okay. So we got that. That next. So now we want to create a character array from the string. I want to create a character array. So get user input, store input in a string.
Oh, now it's saying cannot resolve symbol scanner.
Did you import scanner?
Yes. No. No. No, I
I'll
didn't.
do it. I actually have this in twice. Okay, so characters count.
These gosh darn semicolons.
And then so we have, oops, and string of characters, and then we can use the function to char array. And then we can do a for each loop, which is, I believe it would be called a for each loop in Java. Yeah. So
For
Yeah,
each character.
Is the hash map the equivalent, like the JavaScript equivalent is just map?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I really used the map much in JavaScript.
No, you always wrote loops, for loops,
Ye-
or
Yeah,
while loops.
yeah.
I don't even know what a map is.
Well, so, oh, are you talking about loops or the data structure, like the hash map data structure?
No, not the data structure. Like just how, like what the equivalent would be if I wanted to do, do this in JavaScript is just like a
Oh,
map
the loop
method.
part, the loop part.
Yeah.
So I think it's called it's a for in loop, I think, in JavaScript. So like we're basically doing like
Oh, with the key.
for char.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like, yeah, so like so character, and then we're doing like this, and then like that, and then that's just saying like for each individual character in this array.
Array.
So I think in JavaScript it's like for blank in blank. I think it's in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, same idea here.
Okay.
But yeah, I think in Java it's called a for each loop. Yeah, be sure.
All right. Thanks.
I think so. JavaScript's like for each loop is like different, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's what this is though. Yeah, so we're looping through the character here, and then or through the array here, and then um, we can basically so let's see, what are the loop through string? Okay, yeah, so we're counting the number of times. So so then we can do an if-else statement. If and there's just some nice functions in JavaScript. So if what did we name our so let's see. Okay, yeah, so we want to take our hash map if char count and we can use dot contains key and then character. So we're comparing whatever is in our whatever is in our hash map. Obviously, like first iteration is just gonna be empty. But yeah, so then we want to put the character in there. So so basically we're doing character, what did I name it? Char count, dot put, which I like some of the names in Java because it's like very, it's very clear. And then parameter, character, and then we're taking the count, char count, getting the character, getting the character, and then adding 1. And obviously if there's nothing in if there's nothing like in the first iteration, we do else, and char count, our map, like that. So now I have to re-import the map that I deleted. Java.util map. I'm going to use that down here. And we can use this to basically print out the data that we created. So for each map, oops, entry, character, integer,
Hey, is put like push or what is dot put doing?
yeah, so I think you could compare it to push, more or less. Yeah. So
Okay.
maybe
Maybe not like the specific place and like putting it in an array, but it's putting what that variable in the hash map.
yeah, so it's like a it's like a slightly different data structure than an array. So it's not like 100% comparable, but maybe I can find like a diagram or something that would help explain it a little better.
I'm just trying to follow along. Just keep doing your thing. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is it's kind of maps are kind of confusing. They definitely are.
Yeah.
They're definitely confusing. So
But like I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so Java syntax, like dot contains key. That's Java syntax. That's like a Java method.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a method. So yeah, it's like using so it's like saying like a method. So and then it's passing in the character. So it's like using this method to pass in this character here that we're getting from the string array. It's basically saying if using this method to get the character, if that character is found,
Contains. Okay.
then
Put it.
then do something, basically.
Okay, yeah.
Then do this, which is we're putting
I think I just need to read up on the syntax.
yeah, it's I'll try to write some comments too. So let's see.
Maybe when you're finished, though.
Okay, yeah, let me do
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, I don't want to throw you off your flow.
So here we go. So this last part. So name it. It's basically the same idea as having character here, but I don't want to name the exact same thing because it'd be kind of confusing. We could because it's in a loop, but I'm gonna name it something else. So just so we know that it's a single character, and then we can do char count, and we use this method called entry set. And then we're printing out the print statement with the number of characters of each. So system.out dot print line actually I'm going to name this each char. That makes more sense. And then we're getting the key. And we'll be concatenating. What is this? Then we're concatenating the string, so just making it easy to read. That, and then each character, get the value of each character. So, line. There we go. Well, no. So oh wait, yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, so I was just using this, I was using next, and all next was doing was taking like the next word instead of like the whole line. Let's just make sure.
So was that the only thing you would have had needed to change? Just the next line, or also you need?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me just test it to make sure. So, yeah. Let's see. Run. So,
Yeah, that matches like how
yep.
the sample output on the studio. Like if you got it correct. Yeah, it
Yeah,
should
I
be
think that looks
66
good.
blank spaces. Yeah, there you go.
Even with the sample output, I didn't realize that we were just counting like the amount of times each character was used. I thought it was like total characters until just now. And I
Oh,
was like, why does it look like this? So I was like,
no, yeah, I kind of read it like when I first read it. That's how I read it at first too. But, yeah, but yeah, so it's yeah, that's how it is. We didn't do the case insensitive part. Um,
well,
but
isn't it case insensitive already?
well,
Because
well,
oh,
looks like there's not that many
it's
capitals either.
separating the capital. Okay,
Yeah, because there's only like 3 capital letters in the whole thing.
Is dot two character array, that's a Java method or is that a variable?
Which one?
Dot two char
Oh,
array?
that's a method. So yeah, it's basically taking a string and it's turning it into an array
Array.
of characters.
Okay, yeah, I'm hovering over it. I see.
And so like we had to make it a string first because like we couldn't like necessarily take you couldn't necessarily like take a user input
Mhm.
as and just directly turn it into a character array. Um, because you have to run this method with it. So like if that makes sense. Yeah.
So store the user input first and then turn that into a string array?
Yeah, so we turn it into a string, and then converting to a character array, and then we're looping through the character array.
Okay.
Um, uh,
And if character count being the
basically for
char count is
um, character in the text. Um, oops, iterate.
okay, I see. Char count is way up top right in the hash map beginning.
Yeah,
That's what you
yeah,
named it.
yep,
Char count is the new hash. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So and then if oops.
What is the one doing? Plus one.
So um, it's like putting it in the right place. So
Let me remove it, see what happens. Can I? I'll try it. Illegal start of expression. Okay.
yeah, so
wow,
basically
you're arrested.
it's gonna put it like in a weird like index, like in an impossible index, basically.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
So that's okay.
So if we did let's see if we can maybe. So like if we did like 2 and see what happens.
What methods do I need to read for this one? Like char count? I guess I should just reread the chapter. Yeah, sorry.
This was definitely like a more like we could have done it an easier way.